Okay, this is for the engineering club to make the base of the rocket, the round part of the rocket, and then you're going to add the fins later on. I'll show you how to do that as well. So first thing is we do is we create a new, open up Inventor, create a new standard IPT. And we want to do the English, because we want inches, we're going to do English. So hit create. And that will open up. Once it opens up, I'm going to show you, I actually went through this and did this anyhow, and I'm going to open up the drawing to show you the dimensions that I came up with for this that seem to be good enough to work. If it changes, I'll let you know that, but I want to get this done and out to you guys as soon as possible. So it's opening up right now, and here's the different dimensions I came up with in terms of this product. So first thing we want to do is we're going to actually start down at this location right here. So we're going to make this part first, this 2.21 from there to there, and then we're going to add this to it, the 0.25, because that's going to be the same diameter, because we want it to go straight down and then out. So to do that, I'm going to go in part one here again. I'm going to create and start new sketch, click on this surface right here, and then on that surface I'm going to create a circle. Go to the middle so it snaps into place there, then come out here, and I'm going to make that 1.02. Type in, so I just type in 1.02 and hit enter. Now if I didn't do it, all I have to do is hit the D or click on dimension right here, and then I can change the dimension if I want to. 1.0. Right now it's 1.02, so that's what I want, but I could change it. And the other one I'll do later, a different size. So now what I need to do is I need to move to this side and make this part, but I'm going to make it the full amount. We're actually going to make it to 0.94 here at the very end here. And then loft it. So let me go do that here. So I'm going to finish this sketch. Now to do that I have to actually move this off. Get another plane over here in this area here. That's going to be, the distance is going to be right here. This distance, which is 2.21. So let me go back over here. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go to this origin area right here. Click the plus right next to the left of the origin. Go to the correct plane, which is that one right there. So I'm going to open up that, click on that so that plane's open. Then I'm going to come up here and say I'm going to create my own plane, own work plane. I'm going to click on work plane, click on this and drag it this direction. And now I want to go 2.21. So if you look at here, do you see how it says negative? So I want to make sure it's negative 2.21. And you'll see how now that plane, that surface is over here now. Now I can create a sketch on that work plane is what I want to do. And now again I'm going to create a circle. And this circle is going to be 0.94. And that's all I'm going to do. Hit finish sketch. And now I'm going to connect those two. So I'm going to use, in the sweep area, I'm not going to do a sweep, but I'm going to click on the arrow below the sweep. And I'm going to choose loft. I'm going to choose loft. This window comes up right here, and I click in this area here. So I click in this sketch area here, I click on this sketch. Okay, then it wants to know, then now you see how it's highlighted there? That's the area I want highlighted. Now I click again in this area, and I click on that sketch. And you'll see how all of a sudden it will connect. There we go. I'm going to hit OK. And that's what I want. Okay, there's my thing right there. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on this area here and create my hole. So I'm going to new sketch on this surface, create a circle, and that side of the hole is going to be 0.95. So click 0.95, hit enter. There's that hole part. Hit OK. And I'm going to go then turn this with my controller right there. Click on this side of this new sketch, click on this surface here, and this circle is going to be 0.94. And then I'm going to actually finish this sketch. Now I've got two more sketches that I'm going to loft. So I hit loft, I'll click on this sketch over here, which is that side part in there, and then I'm going to choose, click in here, click on this, the edge of that one there, and then this time though, instead of this first one, which is the join, which adds material, I'm going to click on the second one here, which cuts it away. See how it just changed? And I'm going to hit OK. and it just created a hole in there. Do you see that? Created the hole in there for me. So now I've got my hole for the rocket part of it. So the next step now, I got to look at my plans here and go, okay, this time I'm gonna add this part to it, the 0.25 out this direction here with the inside there. So it's gonna be 1.02. And so what I'm gonna do is go back here, and I'm gonna go 0.25. Oops, sorry about that. Click on this part 1 here. I'm going to do this side because this was my first side. That's my bigger side here that I'm going to actually add to. So I'm going to actually create a plane from. Oh, actually, can't do that. I've got to first open up my plane again here, which one was it? It's right here. XY plane. I'll click on that one. Open that one up. Click on plane here. Then drag this direction. I'm going to go this time. It's up. You can see how it's positive here. It's not a negative, so I'm going to go 0.25, and that's going to offset that plane to that point there. Okay, so now I can create I'm going to create a sketch on this surface here. And this time I'm going to make it the circle on the inside is 0.95. I zoom in a little bit there, create another circle on the outside, which is going to be 1.02. Hit finish sketch, and then I'm going to come back to this surface right here, create a new sketch on there, and do the same exact thing because I want the same just coming out, so it's 0.95 here. Create another circle here, that's 1.02. And I'm going to kind of go off here, finish sketch, go off a little bit here, extrude. I'm going to click the extrude button right here because I want to add material to it. This time this little window comes up, or this area here comes up, and I want to join material, so I'm going to click on that there, and I'm going to click actually I didn't even need the two. I didn't need the two sketches, so let me go back. I'm going to delete the first sketch that I did. Excuse me, I don't need that other sketch, so all I need is this one because I'm going to extrude it back, just straight to the back to it. So I'm going to click on that area there. I want to go this direction here, and I'm going to go 0.25. Hit OK, and there it is. You can see how it goes back there, and goes straight back. Does that make sense to everybody? So far I've got most of it done. I just have a couple more things I have to add. I have to add this little bump right there to it because to stop the cartridge from going in, and then I have to cut this part out right here. So first thing, let's go back to our sketch here. Now I don't like these things get confusing sometimes, so I'm gonna click on this work plane right there, right mouse click and say go to visibility and turn the visibility off. I can always turn it back on if I want it back. But I know for a fact that I'm on this surface right there. That's the one I want to actually create my next point at, because that's where I want to stop. So I'm going to click on this XY here, and I'm just going to say start sketch right on that point. Actually, let me rephrase, undo that. Let me rephrase it. I want to create a work plane right on XY there. So I'm going to create a work plane right there, and I want to go 0 because I want right in that location there. Now I'm going to create a sketch on that work plane, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to right mouse click on here, right mouse click, and click on this point. Where is it? Slice graphic, or F7 right here, slice graphic. So now it just cut that other part out. This time I'm going to create a circle, and I know it's 0.80, 0.8, and I'm going to show you why that is. So if I go back here, it's this area right here, so I know that circle is going to be 0.8 because I'm going to fill in material all the way up to here. And so I go 0.8, and then my next circle, I'm just going to make sure it's big enough. I don't care how big it is. I'm going to make it 1.02. Again, if it adds over that other material, oh, actually I don't want that. I don't want that. I'm going to go, just go 0.99 or 98. That sounds good. See how it goes in the middle of that area? You can see how it goes in the middle of that area. Because even though it's putting more material there, the material's already there, so it's going to know it's there. It's not a problem. Hit OK, extrude. I'm going to click on that area there, and I'm going to click on, I want to go that direction. Now, how far do I want to go? Let's look here. I want to go 0.23. So I want to go back from that point. you look in here, you can see how if I click on this arrow here, it's come towards me. This here, it's going back, and I want to go what did I say, 0.23 was it? 0.23, yeah. So 0.23. There, it just did that. That part's done. So now I'm going to come back to this area here, create a sketch on this surface here. I can create it right on that thing right there. I'm going to create a circle. And that circle is going to be 0.94. And then the next circle I make, I'm just going to make it as, it doesn't make a difference what size. I'm just going to make it as big as I can. It doesn't make a difference because I'm cutting it out. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to click on extrude here. I'm going to click on this area here. I'm going to click on the cut. So this is join. This is cut. I click on cut, and I'm going to go. Let's see which direction I want to go. It's nice to be able to look at this here. I want to go back that direction there. But why is it cutting the whole thing out? Oh, because I got the wrong thing selected. I don't want the middle part selected. I want the outside edge selected. I think look and see here again. Oh, because this isn't thick enough here. I kind of messed up on the beginning part. So it won't quite work right. It should have been 1.017 at the outside edge here. So I'm going to go back, actually. Let me go back to this. I can fix this. One thing I should teach you anyhow is how to fix this stuff. So I'm going to go back to my first one right here. That first, not the work plane, I'm going to go to the loft. So I'm going to open up the loft here, and it goes from that one to that one. I want this one here to be, instead of that dimension, I'm going to double click on this dimension. I want it to be 1.017. I didn't have it on my dimensions there. That's why I didn't know that. Now I can hit finish here and automatically fix it. See that? Now there's a little gap there. See that? There's a little thickness there. So now I'm going to go back to this sketch. So if I go over this sketch right here that I just created before, I'm going to double click on that, go back in here. Actually, the sketch is done, so now all I got to do is so if I extrude this, cut back, well, I'm going to stop the video now, but did you get the idea? I will have this stuff ready. Oh, well, before I do that, let's talk about creating. Let me get rid of these work planes here. Visibility off. Visibility off. I'm not quite sure what I did wrong, and I don't want to go back and think about it right now. Visibility off. So what I want to do is I want to go and talk about the bottom part where we're putting in the fins. So if I create something, I'm going to create a work plane, and this time I'm going to work plane on I want to go on a tangent through a point. Parallel plane, that's what I want, the parallel plane. So I'm going to come over here. I want to choose the one that goes this direction here. And you know, sometimes work planes are a little fun to work with. Oops. Work plane through a parallel plane. I go with this surface here. I don't want to do that. That's what I want there. It doesn't want to do it. Well, I'm going to do a second one for this video. Let me stop this one.